Christmas, Easter, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they are all days dedicated to idols.
Never. We don't celebrate Christmas. It actually came from idolatrous background. That's why you never find us in this church singing what they call Christmas carols. Never.
Pastor Abel Damina and Pastor Kumuyi had a couple of things to say about Christmas celebration. Here's what they say. Take a look.
Dr. Damina said he doesn't believe in Christmas. Why did they have a Christmas service? Christmas is from a hidden festival. Easter is from a pagan festival. Even Easter is from a pagan festival. Even Easter. That's why there's a lot of paganism in Roman Catholic. Wait till tomorrow you hear something. There's a lot of paganism, pagan worship, heavy in Roman Catholic, covered with little drops of Christianity here and there. Paganism. So Easter is from paganism, Christmas is from paganism, Monday is from paganism, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The days of the week are from paganism. So if you're asking me why we celebrated Christmas, why do you go to work on Monday? Because both Christmas, Easter, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they are all days dedicated to idols. So never say Monday again till you die. And never say Tuesday. Then we too will not say Christmas. What we're simply saying is that because it has been used to identify days and the society has accepted it, and it has been used to identify seasons and the society has accepted it, there is no harm in we taking note of those days and taking note of those times. Do you understand what I'm saying? Doesn't mean we believe in it, but because that is a season everybody has accepted to remember when Jesus was born, we can also use it to teach the word of God. How many of you understand what we're saying? Monday is also a day dedicated to idols. The word Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, there are different idols and gods that own those labels. But I mean, society evolved from a lot of things, and what we have in society as our mode of communication came from culture, and in some culture there's idolatry. Hello here. Are you understanding? Because people will ask you and you need to explain. They came from culture, and some cultures have at the background of those cultures idolatry. And so, but because we belong in the same society where all other people belong, if there are labels that have been accepted as modes of communication in our society, we also communicate with those labels.
Never. We don't celebrate Christmas. It actually came from idolatrous background. That's why you never find us in this church singing what they call Christmas carols.
All right, so I agree with quite a number of things that Pastor Damina has said. One of them being the fact that the days of the week are named after pagan gods. Does that mean that we as Christians will not be able to mention those names with our lips? Does that mean that we as Christians will not be able to go out on those days? The answer is no. All these things are human constructs. They are created to help us live and function in this world that we find ourselves. There are so many other scenarios or so many other examples that can be seen. Let's take a look at the Naira note, for example. On some of the notes are Arabic inscriptions. They say it's for inclusion, and we all know that there's no part of this country that uses Arabic as its native dialect. But then, does that mean that we as Christians will not be able to use that legal tender? Does that mean that with those notes we will not be able to pay our tithes and offerings? The answer is no. Another point is the 12 calendar months that is used universally. The imbalance in the days completely separate us from the universe. Some of the days are 28, some other times it's 29, others are 30 and 31. It is totally different from the lunar calendar, completely different from the times and seasons that God uses in communicating and blessing his children. Does that mean that we as Christians will not be able to use and function with these dates? The answer is no. Does that mean that we will not be able to pray and use these days and time to function in this world? The answer is no. All right, so I believe that the point that all of the men of God are making is the fact that all of the festivities, the days, the times, they are all human constructs that are created to help us live in this world that we find ourselves in. The days is not the problem. The construct itself is not the problem. It's what we do on those certain days. Celebrating Christmas itself is not a challenge. It's how we go about celebrating the Christmas that becomes a challenge. There's a part of the Bible that says it's not what goes into a man that corrupts a man. It is what comes out of the man that corrupts the man. So there's another part of the Bible that says the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof, the world and those that dwell in it. So the sun, the moon, the sky, everything belongs to God. So when we talk about pagan worship, I really don't understand, because it's not yours to start with. You take what belongs to someone else and you pervert it, and then we are now struggling with it's a pagan worship. Or by the time something is taken and dedicated back to God, it goes back to its original state. That's what I believe, though. So celebrating Christmas itself is not a challenge. It's not a problem. It's how you go about celebrating it. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you next time. Bye.
It was later, many years, that a particular group of people in the Christianity decided to use that same event to mark the birth of Christ. But like I always say, Pastor I.D. James, Christmas is a non-essential. It doesn't make any difference. Whether you observe it or you don't observe it, it does not contribute or subtract to the faith.
I keep asking, I ask very innocent question. Why is there no history about what we are marking? There are history of the early church, and we can't find this.
No, because it's from a pagan festival.